This weekend, we have UFC Vegas 120, Quillen Salkeld versus Mateusz Gamrot, and I'm here to give you my 3 best plays on the entire fight card. Now, before we get started, 2 things really quick. One, if you didn't already know, I dropped my full card predictions for this card on this YouTube channel. It was the last video I posted, so please go check that out. We've been crushing the predictions, crushing the bets that we'll get to, but predictions-wise, absolutely crushing. I believe it's at least four. I believe it's 5 straight weeks with double-digit winners. Went 10-4 last week too. And I picked a few dogs, went out of left field, obviously, but still been crushing the predictions. And betting-wise, I mean, just 2 weeks ago, UFC Oklahoma City, we went over 20 units on that card. This week, plus 6.61 units. Let's talk about it. I gave you guys 2 bets last week on this YouTube channel, a 3-unit play and a 2-unit play. The 3-unit play was Valentin Frey moneyline minus 155, won back just under 2 units in profit. Then I gave you guys a 2-unit play as well, which is parlay of the week. Grod moneyline, Rockets moneyline minus 104. Obviously, 2-unit play brought back similar numbers to the Valentin fight. Just those 2 alone, just under 4 units that I gave out for free. But in total profited over 6.5 units. The other winners I had was Noah Gugnon, which was a dog, and I took him late. But obviously I posted my predictions early on Discord, so a lot of people had him at plus money. I cashed him as a 1.5 unit play. And of course, another 1.5 unit play was the under 2.5 rounds in the Dennis Bazooka and Bogdan Grod fight. That was plus 114. Just absolutely crushing. Those are the 4 winners I had. Didn't go too crazy. The only loss, and I'll show you guys too, because I show my wins and my losses. The only loss was the lotto, which I had Bogdan Grod knockout TKO. He got the sub. Then I added Dusko and Valentin to end in sub, which hit. And then Navajo Sterling by points, which he obviously won by knockout TKO. I only put 0.25 units on that one. So the lowest play didn't hit, and we've hit every other bet. That's exactly how you are supposed to play this just sport every single week. Lower units on the crazier ones. Go heavy on the things you're very confident in, which is exactly what I did this week again. And this time I'm giving you 3 bets, and we're going to start with another 3-unit play. So let's get started. The first 3-unit play is none other than Quillen Salkeld moneyline. Best price I found was minus 142 on DraftKings. That is to win back 5.1 units total, which is 2.1 units in profit. Now, Quillen Salkeld, obviously the main event. It's scary betting on the main event because, one, you're betting on 5 rounds. This fight could very well be a 5-rounder. It's not like Medic and Rodriguez where you knew it wasn't going to go 5 rounds. This one could very well go the distance. And it's very scary to face someone like Gamrot when you're obviously facing those cardio challenges. We haven't seen Quillen Salkeld in a 5-rounder yet. We've seen him dominate a 3-rounder. But a 5-rounder is a little shaky. Add the fact that he, has been taken down before. Obviously, the cardio advantage does factor in, and it favors Gamrot. But where I think Quillen wins is everywhere else. I mean, if he's able to get back up, which I think he really can, it's not like he's been getting taken down and just mauled on the ground. I genuinely think that Salkeld will be able to get up, piece him up on the feet, and just absolutely outclass him there. Now, most people are taking him to win by knockout TKO, and I get it. I actually think that is a very plausible outcome. But I also think he can win a 5-rounder. Who's to say this can't be 2-2 going into the 3rd? Or Salkeld is just doing so much more damage in the fight. He might be, losing the control. He might get taken down for a minute and a half in a round. He can still win just based off damage. That's why I lean Salkeld at this point. Obviously, he's undefeated in the UFC. He looks like a stud. His striking is insane. His takedown defense is still pretty damn good. His own wrestling is pretty damn good as well. His jiu-jitsu is pretty damn good. I don't see how this kid can fail just yet, honestly. I can see him losing. I think the first time he will lose will probably be a number 1 contender fight, if that, honestly. And he's about this one and one more, and then maybe a number 1 contender, or he might even get one next shot at the number 1 contender fight. So I love Salkeld in this spot. I think he's an absolute dog. We cashed a 3-unit play last week. We're going to cash another one, and this one is better odds. Like I said, 3-unit play to win back 5.1 units, 2.1 units in profit. Lock it in, Quillen Salkeld money line. Next up, I'm going to give you guys a scary over. And I'm going to tell you why it's scary. and it's not for the reasons why you think. I took this a while ago, and obviously I sent it out to the Discord when I did. It is the over 2.5 rounds for Billy Ray Goff and Ty Miller. Best price I found was plus 100. So I put 1.5 units to win 3 back, basically doubling your money. 1.5 to win 1.5 in profit. Together, 3 units total. Now, the reason why it's scary, obviously, actually, we'll talk about the fight first. Ty Miller obviously is going to want to keep this on the feet. I wouldn't say power puncher. Great boxer. Great combinations on the feet. Takes his time, more output than power, I would say. Uses his range to his advantage beautifully. Billy Ray Goff is kind of more like a hothead, kind of wild. Going to have to make this one dirty. Going to have to clinch, wrestle Ty Miller. Those are all things that we have yet to see against Ty Miller. So it's interesting to see if Billy Ray Goff is going to be able to pull it off. But Goff is pretty damn durable as well. It's not like he has a bad chin. And I think this is a better matchup for Goff to stay in the fight against, Brahimaj. He's just more of a threat, a finishing threat. And he also hits like a truck. So when it came to that fight, I understand why you see this one and you go, Ty Miller's going to just knock his socks off and he's going to be out in the first round. I don't see it that way. I really see this one being 1-1 or maybe Ty Miller masterclass 3-0. But Goff is still holding his own, probably getting pieced up, but still in the fight. Let's say like literally in the fight, maybe not emotionally or spiritually or physically at that point, but just in there for us to cash this. Now, my fear, or one of my fears, is this line is now at over under 1.5. Obviously, the lines are juiced. If you take over 1.5, it's extremely juiced than before. But you can probably get a better price than I did. Sometimes that does happen. Most times it doesn't. But you can get probably a better price at 2.5. You can take the 1.5 and parlay it if you like. It's like minus like 230 or something. Obviously I wouldn't take that as a straight. So you can probably get a better price, but I still do like that over 2.5. I think this one goes the distance. I might even take this fight to go the distance. It's probably plus 150 if I'm feeling a little dangerous, and I might add on to it. But I do like this over for Billy Ray Goff and Ty Miller over 2.5 rounds plus 100 on DraftKings. And before I give you the last bet, obviously last week I gave you 2 bangers and they both hit, but I usually add a sleeper parlay. Now, the sleeper parlays have not been hitting. I hit like 7 or 8 in a row, and then I just have dropped the last 5 or 6, I believe, with the sleeper parlay. So I need to get back on track here. I'm keeping it short. I'm keeping it sweet. It's just 3 legs, and we're going to cash this puppy. And obviously, before we get started, I am a sleeper affiliate. So, of course, if you use code IZZY, IZZY, with the link in the video description that you can see right under this video, as well as my channel description, you will be able to use that link if you're a first-time user and get up to $100 of a deposit match. I think $10 is the minimum. Doesn't matter how much you put, because the parlay I'm about to give you, I personally put half a unit, which is $50. So if you were to match that and deposit $50 on Sleeper, you get a free $50 to play with, which means you can just put in the parlay I'm giving you for free, and then you can do whatever you want with your $50. But it's up to $100 of a match. So if you do 100, you can keep the other free $50 for the following week, because we have a banger pay-per-view card for the UFC next week. It's up to you, but please use code IZZY. It does help a lot. Obviously, I do love the app very much. It's so easy to use. There are certain things that I am not able to use on other apps in my state that I'm able to use there, like significant strikes, sometimes even takedowns or over-under, like finishing props. It's really it's insane. I really do love the app, or even Fight Time, which is insane. I've never been able to use Fight Time up until now. So please use that. Please use code IZZY. And I do have a sleeper parlay. It is 3 legs. Now, I did put a boost on it. So it's half unit, $50 to win 2.5 total, which means 2 units in profit. I'm going to quickly run through this. Tainara versus Lemos, over 12.5 minutes fight time. Now, you'll see on the graphic, it shows Tainara, but if she's in the fight for 12.5 minutes, Lemos is in the fight for 12.5 minutes. Lemos is still very dangerous, but Tainara takes her time. I think she's going to piece her up most likely. And if not, Lemos still, her power isn't there, but she's a proven vet. She can probably piece up Tainara as well, just extend this fight, clinch her. She's going to have to try to take Tainara down, and we don't really know if she can or she can't, but I still do think this one goes the distance. So 12.5 minutes, easy. Once it's 2.5 rounds, it doesn't matter what happens in the last 2.5 minutes. Tainara Lemos over 12.5 minutes fight time. Then we're going Bruno Lopez under and finish. See, I can't take this anywhere else. Under and finish, which means him versus Nurzo guy could end in decision and either of them can win, or Nurzo guy can win by finish. Now, if you think Bruno Lopez is going to win this fight, I got news for you. He probably won't. I don't think he's UFC caliber at all. And obviously, if he were to win this fight, it probably is by finish. But Nurzo guy is super durable. Obviously, no sub defense, but Bruno Lopez has no striking defense. So it's about who catches who first. I don't think Lopez is going to get those takedowns. I don't think Nurzo guy is going to give up his back. I think it's going to be a nice, clean, simple knockout win for Nurzo guy, to be honest. But this could be boring, and it could go the distance, and then we still cash this. So Bruno Lopez under half a finish. Last but not least, Steven Asplin over 48.5 significant strikes. Now, this is the trickiest one for me because significant strikes have not been my best friend. I'm not gonna lie to you, but we're gonna have to just see it through. We're gonna have to see it through. Steven Asplin over 48.5 significant strikes. Guilherme Pat seems pretty durable. I think this fight could extend past the first round and a half, and at that point, Steven Asplin, he's a more output than anything. I'm not too worried about them just throwing down. Pat is not that type of fighter, so I'm not too worried about him just putting down, because if so, Asplin is going to knock him out clean and easy. But I don't think that happens. I think it'll be a nice it'll probably end somewhere third round, if not go the distance. And regardless, I think whether Asplin is winning or losing this fight, if it extends to that point, he would have thrown at least 100 strikes in total. Probably half of those should be significant, and it's just straight hands, honestly. So give me all those three: Tainara Lemos over 12.5 minutes fight time, Bruno Lopez under and finish, and Steven Asplin over 48.5 significant strikes to cash. $50 to win $250, half unit to win 2.5 units in profit. And just to sweeten it up, I will be putting this link of this parlay in the video description as well. So that way it's just a little bit easier for you guys to cash this puppy in with me. But aside from that, those are my three best bets. I'm going to have so many more bets for this fight card. I've been throwing 10 to 12 units on every card, and it's been just paying out. I'm excited for this card. I'm excited for next week's card as well. So please continue liking, comment on this video, watch the other YouTube video. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post there every single day. So please do that. Please support me. Please join the Discord. It's only $14.99 a month. Just with last week's winnings, you could have been on the Discord for years. It's about $150 a year. I think less, because I have a discount on the page where I believe it's $125 or something lifetime. You could have paid 6 lifetimes worth just on UFC's last card. So please join. It's the best way to support me. It allows me to do things like this for you guys. But I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys next week for that banger main event or banger fight card. Let's go.